If you're getting a tax refund this year, then this video is for you because I'm gonna walk you step by step of what to do with your tax refund so that you don't find yourself blowing it up in a week. So step number one is having a mindset shift. Having a mindset shift that this money is not money that the government is giving me, that this money is my hard-earned dollars that I overpaid in my taxes, that now the government was keeping for me. They didn't pay me interest, they kept it, but now they're giving it back to me because I overpaid. So first of all, understand this is not a free gift. When you are planning for it, or when that money comes, make sure that you're not blowing it, thinking that, oh, this is a bonus, this is a windfall that I just got. Just know this is not a bonus. It's your money. Just the way you would treat your paycheck when you get it paid, treat this as a paycheck because it's money that you have overpaid. And the other thing is, plan for it wisely. If you've already filed your taxes, you might already know how much you're gonna get a refund. Last year, according to the statistics, the average person got back at least $3,000, which is some good change. So plan for it. Sit down before that money comes, plan for it. Don't just let it come and then it gets to your account and you're like, what am I going to be doing with this money? Because your mind is going to tell you this is a bonus. So plan for it and plan it for it wisely. And these are a few suggestions that I would suggest. Number one is creating an emergency fund. If you don't have any emergency fund or a starter, this is the best time for you to create one. It's the beginning of the year. Maybe you had the goal of saying, you know what, this year, this is the year that I'm starting my emergency fund. What a best way to do than to start this with the tax refund that you're going to be getting. I'm not talking about building a whole emergency fund where the experts, talk about having 3 to 6 months of emergency fund. I'm talking about a starter fund. If you've watched my videos, you know, like I talk about having at least $1,000, because having that buffer, it's better than nothing. Because stuff happens, things break down. And even for me, for example, this weekend, my dryer stopped working. All of a sudden, I'm here doing laundry, blah, blah, blah. And my dryer stopped working. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's going to come look at it on Saturday. But right now, I have clothes that are hanging all over my couch right now. And they're looking to dry. So stuff happened. And also my washer is not working properly. It's washing, but it's not draining. I have to wring the clothes. So I'm like, oh my goodness, double. So stuff do happen. So make sure that you put aside some money for emergency, even if it's 1,000. I always say start with 1,000. So number two is attacking a high interest debt. If you have credit cards that are charging you maybe 15 to 30% of interest, use some of this money to pay a debt. Put all your debts together, from the highest to the smallest, or all of them, and look at all the interest and see how much are you being charged. Or do you have a debt that you feel like, oh my goodness, this debt is nagging me and maybe I need to get rid of it. So look through your debt, pay either a very high interest card that is costing you a lot of money, or look at a debt that you feel like maybe it's nagging you, maybe it's a debt that is, making you think about something, because people have different debts that makes them think about different situations. I have like somebody that I was dealing with. She was dealing with something and she had to call 911, and she had a debt that she got from the ambulance. And although she has other debts, she was telling me this debt, she cannot stand to see this debt because it's reminding her, it's bringing back bad memories. So she had to get rid of that debt as quickly as possible. So maybe you have that kind of debt that maybe you don't want to see it, and that's the debt that you need to. So work on that debt in particular. The next one, number 3, is build an emergency. If you already have the 1,000 and you have your starter emergency, build up your 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Build it up. If you had 1 month, maybe add another amount to cover maybe a second month so that you can continue building it, because it's so important with this day and age, with the inflation, people losing their jobs. jobs being taken by AI, the layoffs. You never know, because this day and age, like we literally, all of us need to have this. We always hear about 3 to 6 months of emergency fund, and there is no other better time I can say that this is the best time to create that. So build it up. If you have 2 months, put it to 3 months. If you have 3 months, add another month to get to 4 months. If you have the 4 months, add it up. So don't just use this money. Make sure that you add it up to your emergency fund so that you can be able to pull it through. Number 4 is investing and building wealth. If you have all the above, if you've already built your emergency fund, if you've already maxed everything else, like 3 to 6 months, also take part of that money and say, since that money was being held in somewhere, I need to take this money and start building an investment. Put it somewhere. Put it in a Roth IRA. And this year, the maximum for 2026 to put in a Roth is $7,500. You might not be getting that amount. Maybe it can give you maybe half of it. Maybe you got a refund of $3,000. Maybe start small and maybe say, you know what, I'm gonna start investing this money for my future, because if you don't invest your future, who else will invest for you? So take this money, start building wealth. Maybe it's a good amount. Could you put a certain amount to pay down an investment property? I'm a real estate investor, so I'm always thinking every little money that I get, it should go to real estate. But think about it. What is it that you can do with this money so that you don't have to blow it all? And the next step is, even though you can say, oh my goodness, Maggie, what about treating myself? What can I do? Hey, if you want to treat yourself, maybe use $100 or maybe say, I'm going to take $200. I'm going to do what I want. It's been a tough year. I haven't even treated myself, but you can do that. I'm not against that. I'm all about balancing. I'm not all about eating rice and beans and bean and rice so that we can be able to pay off debt or invest. So treat yourself. But all I'm just saying is that make sure that you're using your tax refund wisely. And remember, it's not a tax refund, because it is a refund, but it's not a windfall that you're getting. So use it properly. And the next thing I'm going to say is, please, if you're getting a lot of money, a lot of refund, that means you're overpaying. So maybe it's time that you go to your HR and say, hey, I need to look at my W-4. I need to see W-2, where is it that I can be able to change my contribution or my deductions so that I don't have to be deducted all this money, so that I can keep more money during the year. And the tax refund, you don't have to get so much tax refund, so that you can be using your money throughout the year instead of you waiting for the whole year, or instead of giving the government your money for the whole year, and then you don't have any money during the year. So maybe go to your HR and see whether you can change your deductions and see whether you can be able to be getting money in your pocket during the year, and maybe with that you can be able to be investing. I hope this was helpful. I just wanted to come by just because it's tax season, and I hear a lot of people talking about tax refund, like it's this free money that you're getting. And I just wanted to come here and just make sure that I'm educating you, and that you're making the right choices with your tax refund, and just remembering it's not free money. So let me know, have you ever gotten a tax refund? Are you getting a tax refund this year? Have you filed your taxes? Let me know in the comment, and let me know, what are you going to be doing with the refund after you get it? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment, and I'll see you in my next video.